Happy Mother's Day, and welcome to a review of Umamusume Cinderella Grade Episode 6. Now, before I get touchy, emotional with this episode, I have to say this. It's Mother's Day. Mother's Day is one of those special days where you cherish your loved ones, especially your mothers. Now, it may not be your actual biological mother. It could be your stepmom. It could be your aunt. It could be your grandma. It doesn't matter. Moms are there for you. Almost anime moms. Now, there are some anime moms that are good people. Good anime moms that are out there. But again, this is Mother's Day. And before I do this video, I want to say I love my mom. My mom very special. She helped me out in a lot of ways. She's one of those kind of a guidance, she's like a teacher to me, all that kind of, she gave me advice, those kind of things. So I do love my mom, and I'm pretty sure y'all do the same. So, happy Mother's Day. Now, I want to talk about Umamusume Cinderella Grey. This last week was a race that had to be a serious matter for Oguri Cap. You see, Oguri Cap has a chip on, she has a lot on her shoulder. For Oguri Cap, it's about, on the one side, it's about her rivalry with March. On the other side, it's about her future. You see, dreams don't always come true. Sorry to say that, but dreams don't always come true. To win at a certain level, you gotta have intelligence out on the tracks. You never know what you suspect. And dreams do change from time to time. Let's say you have this dream of doing this, but then when one crossroad gets to you, you realize you want to dream something bigger. Yeah, you have this dream, but you want to go even bigger. Now, this episode had everything on the line for Oguri Cap. What's her future holds? In this regional area that she's in, remember, in this era she's in, she's facing March. So it's like, do us fans, you, want to see her race against Cap? Race against March as a rivalry that we wanted to see? Or do you want to see her race the best of the best from all over the world? You want her to be the best. And that's what we got in this episode. So without further ado, let's get right to it with episode 6, because there's so many uncut, teary, emotional episodes in this one. Now I know why this show is getting the highest rating of an 8.22, because this is so freaking awesome. Okay, so let's talk about this. Oguri Cap. You were starting episode 6 review? Yeah, we are starting this. Okay, let's go. Okay, Oguri Cap is disgusted by this decision. This decision is going to tarnish her in this race. Meaning, we don't know if Oguri Cap is going to race at her best, or she may not race at all. So this is the race that we all need to know. What's best for Oguri Cap? This is the episode that we wanted to see. Okay, now, can I go on before I just say this? That Oguri Cap plushie, I ain't gonna lie to you, I actually want one. Now I gotta get a Funko. You know, it's funny, I gotta get an Android of Oguri Cap right now. I gotta get because Oguri Cap kind of like changed on me. Like, if I go back to season 1 of Umamusume, where we talk about special week episode, there was a scene where Oguri Cap just eat. And I'm like, what is Oguri Cap all about? And Oguri Cap, we just got it right here. We just got it. Like, damn, that's how she was back then. I was like, okay, now I really am curious. on this. So now I gotta get an Android of Oguri Cap. I really do. And now, I do love Nora and Ace. You know, she's come a long way from a horse gal. She she come a long way. Like a 360. Think about this. First of all, she took Oguri Cap's room because they were supposed to be roommates. Then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, after she realized she ain't got no chance in hell to beat her in a race, she taught Oguri Cap how to dance. And since then, she has become a huge #1 fan of Oguri Cap. And Oguri Cap and Norn Ace just literally bought her a plushie. I mean, she shared a room, and you in the episode where is a clip where she's sharing a room with Oguri Cap, even though Cap was being serious about it, but that's there and there. But still, you see that Norn is happy that Cap is staying in the room. And you see Ace just literally grab the Oguri Cap plushie. Not only that, she got 2 fans of Oguri Cap and a March. So I'm like, yo, not only she's a true fan of those two, but she's a diehard. She's a diehard fan of Oguri Cap. She's a huge fan. She kind of developed for Cinderella-ness still there, but she's still a fan. Now, March. Okay. Let me just say this. There are a few times that I could accept a slap in an anime. When a character slaps another character in the face, that tells you something good or bad is going to happen. Or he or she deserves it. Like, when I think of the anime slaps, the one slap that is so iconic that everybody knows, may or may not know. But 9 times out of 10, I see this when you think of anime slaps. High School of the Dead. Remember the first episode? And I'm a huge fan of High School of the Dead. That's my 3rd favorite anime of all time. Remember when Takeshi slapped Rei in the face? That slap is iconic. So when I look at March, and she deserved it. When I saw March slapping Oguri Cap, it was like, what about the freaking promise? Now, I don't blame March for slapping Cap. I don't blame her. Because March and Cap have this rivalry that started since day 1. Their rivalry goes way back episode 1. They promised they were going to race against each other. Because if you go back to the races that they had prior to this, it was 1 apiece. And March really wanted to challenge Cap in the Tokai Derby. That was the promise. Now Cap is in her own head right now. It's in her own head, thinking like, I gotta win. I race to win, but I don't want to lose. Because her life has been winning and racing. That's the whole thing. But she told March, well, you gotta beat me to prove it. So, the coach. I don't blame the coach. Like, the coach is Joe. He put a lot of pressure on Cap. I feel like Joe really put a lot of pressure on Cap. He should have listened to his grandpa. He should have listened. Because it wasn't ready for Cap. It wasn't ready. Had he not listened to the old man, he could have, Oguri Cap in this episode would have changed the course of history. Having Cap to race in this course, then he had to get transferred. Like, oh my God, now the pressure's on us. But the thing about Joe is like, he doesn't know what's best for Cap. He just think about himself. He wasn't thinking about Oguri Cap. He was thinking about himself. Now, the race, let me tell you this. This race was very tearful, jerkful moment. It was so tearful. I didn't cry, but I see the feeling in this race. During the whole race, before the race, Rudolph, one of the best horse girls ever in Umamusume franchise, she saw Cap eyes. It's like Cap is not serious. Oguri is not serious. You can see the look on her eyes. She does not want her. Like she has that cold eye. Like not energetic eyes. She's just got that cold stare. And then when the race starts, Oguri Cap is running, but it's like chains locked on her leg, like she can't run no more. It's kind of like Blue Lock. You guys know Blue Lock? Yeah, Blue Lock. Look up a guy named Shigiri. My friend loves Shigiri. I'm pretty sure everyone loves Shigiri, the red hair guy. Everybody loves Shigiri. There was an episode in Blue Lock where he couldn't stop running and the chains was shackled on his legs. That's what it was for Cap. Cap was running, but during the entire race, her feelings wasn't even on the race course, to a point that you see the symbolism of her legs being shackled, like she can't run no more, And then, March is trying to keep up with Cap. But as the race goes, trying to go, you see Coach running towards the racetrack, trying to tell, in that tearful moment, telling Cap, run with your heart out, run, And you see Cap and you see Coach and March staring at each other as they run, and you see the tears on both of them. Like, this is what's best for you. Do it. Don't hold back. Just have fun and race. Just run. Just run, And then you see Oguri just running. Now, March, on the other hand, March just realized she on that level. Because she tried to catch up with Cap, but it didn't work. It didn't work. She is a beast. Oguri Cap is a freaking beast. And March couldn't even catch up to her. That gap was wider now. At one point, it was like this. Now, it got this. To a point where she's like, oh my gosh, she can't keep up with Oguri anymore. And then when Oguri Cap won, March cried to the coach, saying, I don't blame March for crying. I don't blame her. Because she knows she can't. She's going to take a lot of training to get to March. She's going to take a lot of training. Now, after Oguri Cap's performance, the big question was this. Are you going to stay in regionals? Or are you going to go to the nationals to face the best of the best? That was the key. That was the biggest question to everybody, to Oguri Cap fans in the regional area. This is the biggest question ever. She said she's going to nationals. Now, it made everybody cry, including Nora and Ace. And I got to hand it to the coach. I got to hand it to Oguri Cap's coach. In my words, well, based off his words, he's saying, what's best for Oguri Cap? Don't you want to chase bigger dreams? I understand dreams can't be done one and done, but there's bigger dreams to move on. There's bigger dreams to accomplish. And with y'all support, she could make this regional the best regional. Representing her, it's like representing your country and you're going out the best of the best. She's representing you guys. So, not asking but begging them to please give Oguri Cap a chance to represent us. Go to Tokyo and beat the hell out of the horse, all the other Umamusume characters. That's what we want to see. And the audience understand. They want her autograph. They want to take photos. Because they think this is the last time we're going to see her in the regionals. Now, I do, and Burno, that was a kind of foul play. Because she knew she was going all along. The fact that she got the science program, she's going to transfer with Cap, because that's her only friend she ever had in there right now. But still, the fact that she knew all along is like, I already signed it. So it's like she knew Cap was going to go. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Now, if Oguri would decide to I'm staying, then Light would have been probably rip the paper or probably go without her. But still. Now, okay. Now that everyone has their goals right now. The coach decides he's going to train for the Tokyo license exam so he could be a trainer. And that's a hard training rate. The rate is 3 to 4% to get accepted. Think about that. 3 to 4% chance of you passing the exam just to be a trainer in Tokyo. That's kind of harsh. That's hard though. Now, I gotta give it this one. Minnie, Ace, and Rudy. Those three, the two big trios, let's just say this. Those three have developed so much that those three outshine the three heroes from Rising of the Shield Hero. You guys know Rising of the Shield Hero? You know, the bow staff, the sword staff, and the bow staff. Those three are useless. These three, Minnie, Ace, and Rudy, they're the best. They're the best. I mean, they're the best side characters. They come from a long line. Like they changed from picking on Oguri Cap to now being friends and supporting Oguri Cap. You know, they just did it. They crying for Oguri and all that stuff. And March and Oguri, you know, you can feel teary on this one. But this was a moment to see like those two are destined to race each other once again. I don't think this is the last time we're gonna see Cap and March race again. We're gonna see them race again. We are gonna see them race. As a fan of Umamusume, we are going to see them race again. And I do like this, and I do like that scene where everybody took a photo, and that right there is a cherished moment for Oguri Cap. Take that photo with her to remember the friends and the rivalries and the coach and everybody that she had with them. And I do applaud for that. I really do. Plus the ending shows, I like the ending because the ending shows Oguri Cap and Joe running together. It was a very touching moment. And think about this, guys. Not only this show ended, but it showed, like, we got an illustration of Umamusume where Oguri Cap and March dancing, holding arms, and they got the key. And just like that, we got a key visual. We got a key visual of the new arc that of Cinderella Grey that Oguri Cap is going to be up against, which is going to be Cross. So that is the biggest threat when she goes to Tokyo. That is the biggest threat she ever going to have is Cross. The biggest enemy we're going to see. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cross and Cap are going to put on a show unlike any other in the race. You think March and Cap showed us a lot? Ain't going to be nothing when it comes to Cross and Cap. That I want to see. Because those two have been going against each other since season 1. I remember in season 1 they were eating the donuts faster than ever. And then those mini episodes, you see Cap and Cross together. So I want to see where this goes. But overall, though, this episode overall is a straight up absolute cinema. An absolute 10 out of 10. There were so many emotions in this one. So many mixed emotions. Happy, sad, cryful. You could not miss this show. You cannot. Now that Oguri Cap done her thing in the regional, she's now going to nationals. A new era is about to come. And new competition will be there. So we'll see where this goes. So I look forward for next week's episode of Umamusume Cinderella Grey. And I cannot wait to see where this goes. So thank you for watching.